Dave, where has this Cavs team come from? Where did this come from?
I'm still wondering. I basically asked LeBron that question after Game 2. I said, you lost by 30-some-odd points in Indiana in Game 6 of that series. Now we're less than a week removed from that. You've won 3 games in a row. You completely ripped the hearts out of the Toronto Raptors. How do you explain it? Because LeBron's in the past has said there is no such thing as taking momentum from game to game. And he goes, honestly, that's just been what our season is. That's how you encapsulate it. They've had some highs. Of course, they had that 15-game winning streak before the trades that completely reshaped their roster. In February, they had some lows after that with the hand injury to Kevin Love, and obviously the way they started off the playoffs against the Indiana Pacers, getting blown out in Game 1. Right now, they have the best player in the world, and finally he's starting to get some consistent help around him.
Yeah, I know. Obviously, it helps for Love to do what he did last night and for what Tristan Thompson has finally been able to string together for the first time. But I guess I need to just repeat the question in a way, and because there's no answer to it. I honestly don't know how the Cavs have been able to pull this off based on everything that they have been through all year long. And is there any point, I guess, during the February remake, the Love return, the Tristan Thompson off-court craziness, that there is something that you could point to that was the genesis of what we're seeing right now?
Well, one thing I will say, I ran into James Jones, who was on the last 3 finals teams for the Cavs. He retired this offseason. Now he's an assistant general manager of the Phoenix Suns. And the Cavs were in Phoenix back in March, and I was like, I don't know, JJ, like this team, I don't know if they have what it takes. And he was like, nope, they're going to be just fine. LeBron plays at a different level in the playoffs. Tyronn Lue is a playoff coach. He makes adjustments when he can, kind of dive into one team. He takes over all the offense, all the defense, and they're going to get rest in between games, no back-to-back, and they're going to be just fine. They're going to have a long run. And, one thing I don't think JJ anticipated coming, and I certainly didn't, was going into the playoffs, there was this big question mark. Can they rely on guys like Larry Nance Jr. and Jordan Clarkson, who'd never been in the playoffs before, a guy like Rodney Hood, who had only played 1 playoff series with Utah before and completely fell flat on his face compared to what his regular season averages were for the Jazz? And guess what? Ty Lue made it so they don't have to rely on those guys whatsoever. You know what? I'm not even playing those guys. I'm going to go back to Tristan Thompson. I'm going to go and give more minutes to J.R. Smith and Kyle Korver rather than to Jordan Clarkson and Rodney Hood. And it's working. And so I think what you do say is that the veteran experience, sometimes that's kind of cliched thing that you fall on and just, you maybe overvalue it. But it's paying off for this team. And then I think Tyronn Lue, who's certainly taken his licks in the public, Cavs fans, media, et cetera, I think he's having a pretty strong postseason.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.